James Bond.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time. Humans sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. Today, I've got a fantastic classic zombie flick lined up for us. It is one of my absolute all-time favorites. It's George Romero's 1978 masterpiece, Dawn of the Dead. And guys, if you haven't seen this one, you gotta get on it as soon as possible because it's a classic. It's an absolute classic. So here we go, let's get right into this one. Here is Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead is the exceptional sequel to George A. Romero's classic black and white zombie flick, Night of the Living Dead. Every once in a while, a movie follow-up knocks it out of the park, and Dawn of the Dead is one of those special films. It ups the stakes, opens up the world, and expands on its cinema lore, as it begins to build on its legacy in excessive fashion. The film centers on a group of survivors as they flee the chaos of the city amidst a zombie outbreak. Escaping aboard a helicopter, they make their way across the rural countryside, only to stumble upon a shopping mall where they decide to take refuge. Once there, the group finds a limitless supply of resources, but they soon come to realize that this consumerism paradise is nothing but a living nightmare. If there's one thing to say about this film, it's that the cast is amazing. Each player does a tremendous job in fleshing out their character, and they all put in an impeccable effort to bringing the story to life. Ken Foree and David Emge takes on the role of Peter and Steven, two SWAT team members who desert their squad and head off on their own. Both Foree and Emge are great in their respective roles, with Ken bringing the badass moments and David taking on a more diverse flavor of personalities. Rounding out the group is Scott H. Reniger and Galen Ross as lovers, Roger and Francine. The two make for a dynamic pair, which bring a great deal of drama into the film, not to mention a sensible dose of diversity. When it comes to an accomplished cast, you really don't get much better than Dawn of the Dead's outstanding set of characters. As for the overall scope of the film, it's totally epic. Replacing the Night of the Living Dead's claustrophobic farmhouse setting, Romero opted to open up the world a bit and give us the full level of destruction that the zombie apocalypse would bring onto the world. From expansive countryside settings to the eventual sprawling layout of the mall itself, Romero and crew give us a splendid amount of vistas to salivate over and explore through. The shopping mall is especially memorable as we are given ample opportunity to learn the layout of the complex as the characters begin settling in and fortifying their newfound home. The idea to set a zombie film inside of a mall is pure genius, and Romero uses this location to its absolute fullest. Of course, what would a zombie film be without zombies? And Dawn of the Dead has them in abundance. They are slow, lumbering, and hungry for flesh, and most importantly come in great numbers in this flick. Though the quantity of walking corpses in this film is rather impressive, this is still a low-budget film, so the makeup effects for the zombies are sometimes lacking, often resulting in nothing more than bluish-green face paint placed over the actors' faces. Be that as it may, the sheer epic notion of this movie and the overall scale on display more than makes up for it. Not to mention the amazing special effects work of Tom Savini that cranks up the gore factor of the pick and sails it into legendary status. It probably goes without saying, but with all of these outstanding ingredients, this is one horror movie that you will never forget. Dawn of the Dead is an amazing, epic zombie film to say the least. It's got all the things that make us love the genre so much, and when added with George Romero's master eye, You've got an engaging story that never skimps on character development, and rather delves into psychology of living in a nightmare-infused world. It's wonderfully macabre and surprisingly fun, as it sweeps us up into a horror-filled adventure that has dangers around every corner, and really, what more could you ask for? The combined work of all the actors across the board is substantially entertaining, and each one injects a detailed personality and sympathetic charm into their respective character. Ken Foree, David Emge, Scott H. Reniger, and Galen Ross all really go above and beyond the material to bring the film to stark life, and their efforts certainly do not go unnoticed. When it comes to zombie films, Dawn of the Dead is the cream of the crop. It's got action, it's got adventure, it's got horror, and it's got heart. But above all, it masterfully displays the after effects of a zombie apocalypse and the downward spiral that comes into effect once civilization begins to peel away. All in all, Dawn of the Dead is an undead masterpiece that truly stands the test of time. And there you have it, guys. Dawn of the Dead. Probably my favorite George Romero film, and I just love this zombie tale. It's just epic, intricate, and it's just a whole hell of a lot of fun. But guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that review, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, then please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I would love to hear from you. But until then, guys, I will see you at the next movie review. Take care.